Hello everyone, I am Sapphire Witch, and in this video I am going to talk to you about how to find your goddess in God. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is you need to get a notebook or a journal or something, and this is going to be, it's called a book of mirrors, where basically you write everything down between, discovering, your totem animal, your goddess and God, what happens in rituals, what happens with spells, your divination records, all that. You need to get one of these. This is extremely important. This is like your book of records. This is where you keep all of your data for future use. So, number one tip, get one of these. So, how to find your goddess and God. I'm going to give you several tips to find your goddess and God. Well, how I found my goddess and God is through several methods. I went and wrote a list of attributes or hobbies that I have. Like, I'm a very creative person. I love to create things. I'm a DIYer, as you call it. I love water. I love healing magic, whether it's with herbs or stones or working the chakras. I love animals, especially cats. I have really good luck. I'm a nighttime person. What else? Yeah, so anyways, so I basically went onto Google and I typed in goddess of creativity. And the first goddess that popped up was the Mayan goddess Ixchel. Ixchel, I hope I'm pronouncing her, I always murder her name. Ixchel. And she's the goddess of not only creativity, but fertility, floods and water. So I never knew about her until I did that. And then I just kind of knew automatically, it clicked, like, she's my goddess. I know this for a fact. She just clicked with me. You'll feel it in your bones when you find a goddess or a god that clicks with you. And then I went in, and I've always been a fan of Egyptian mythology, and so I automatically knew that the Egyptian goddess Bast, which she's the goddess of cats, protection, and good fortune. So I already knew that she was my goddess. And then I knew I was a nighttime person, and while I was reading a book series called The House of Night, I noticed that there was a goddess in there named Nyx, which I never knew about her until I read the books. And so I kind of Googled her and got to know her a little bit, and I kind of realized, yep, she's my goddess. Wow. And while I was researching my family history, I found out that my ancestors were Norse. And so while I was researching, Norse history and everything, Freya kind of came in and just like, hey, how you doing? And so she's the goddess of sexuality, which I'm a very sexual person. Feminine energy, love. So she kind of correlated with me, so she's also my goddess. So yes, I have 4 goddesses, which seems like a lot, but I like to work with multiple deities. And then as far as the gods, when I was researching Nyx and working with her in some of my rituals, Erebus kind of came in, and I could feel his presence and his energy. So that's how he kind of came in. And then my other god, which I call him the Horned One, well, I consider him the Horned One in my full mind. But when I think of the Horned One, I think of nature. I think of, going outside, the trees, the grass, the wind, the animals, just nature in itself. And so I went online and I'm like, okay, so this is how I worship the Horned One. So I went and kind of Googled a little bit and tried to find a god that resonated with me. And I saw, I looked at many horned gods, and then I finally came across, which technically he isn't a horned god, but in my eyes he is, Great Spirit, which is the Native American god. And I noticed that all of his attributes are what I worship already. So I kind of took him in, and I kind of, just when I thought of it, I did feel, a little bit of, or quite a bit of a resignation, or, I don't know, he clicked with me, and I don't know, I always feel him when I go outside, so I know that the Great Spirit's always with me, and so that's how I found my 2 gods. So I have 4 goddesses and 2 gods. As you can tell, I'm more of a feminist, Ionic. I work better with females, but I do have my gods to help balance out the energy. So if you can't find your goddess and god by picking out hobbies or attributes in your own life, then you can go into meditations, or you can even do a little prayer before bed, you know, asking the goddess and god to come find you in your dreams, and then, you know, dream, and if you have a dream about them, and if not in the first day, keep going, doing it over and over again, and then when you find it, or you see little hints, like you see an owl in your dream, or it's, you know, it's really windy, or you're swimming a lot in the water, then write it down in your journal, and then Google and connect the dots to find the goddess and god that correlate with, like, the owl, like that's Athena from Greek mythology, or water, that could be, oh god, there's Poseidon, you know, there's so many gods and goddesses. So just take note. Not only that, take note of stuff outside, like if you see an owl all the time, or there's a certain tree that you see often, or, you know, there's just notice things like that. Write them down, and then just connect the dots. Not only that, but if you're still having trouble, why don't you go to the library, or you can be like me and be a big bookworm and get mythology books. Like here I've got Egyptian mythology, Native American, Norse, and Greek, and Roman. So, and just read. This is also good. And you read about them, you'll probably find one of the gods or goddesses that resonates with you. Or if you don't know, this is also another thing, because I was Googling the other day of pictures. I just wrote in goddess of whatever, and I clicked Google pictures, and all these pictures came up. And some of them were by different artists and everything. So if there's a picture that I liked, I clicked on it. And then it'd tell me the goddess that it was, and then I'd research that goddess. And then if I felt like that goddess resonated with me, I would, you know, think about it a little bit longer, dream about her or whatever, see if it worked. So there's another thing you could do. There are so many methods to find your goddess and god. So I hope to God that I hope that this helps you in any form of way. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. I'm just sharing how I found mine. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them my way, because I will help you as much as possible. I will have several videos coming up, one right after another lately, because I leave for vacation next week for 3 weeks, and then I have to go because I've got Yule presents to make. I hope none of you are behind like I am. So, thank you for watching, and please subscribe, because I feel like I'm talking to an empty audience. And I think that's it. So, thank you so much, and blessed be.